Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So before I get started with this video, I just want to bring notice to this because I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of questions on it. Number one, the background is really dark in this video because it's actually nighttime, and I just came from a dentist appointment about 2 hours ago. I didn't want to stall with this video because I really wanted to come out with it for you guys today. But I did get a lot of Novocaine in my mouth today, so half of my face is basically not moving. So in case I get any questions on that, yes, I am completely numb on this side of my face, and it's really dark in the background, and I look extra bright and pale in this video because it is nighttime. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about what today's video is actually going to be about. Again, it has been something that has been getting requested a lot lately, and that is how I stay happy, how I stay positive. A lot of you guys know that I film my videos. Usually, I would say about 90% of my videos are filmed around 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and most people aren't in such a good mood or just so positive first thing in the morning. So I have been getting that question a lot lately, and a lot of you on Instagram have been asking me to make a video on this as well as relationships and other advice videos. But in order to kick off that whole series, I wanted to come out with this one first, and that's going to be how I stay happy and how I stay positive. Okay, so I'm gonna get my drink right here because this is going to be a talking video, and no, by drink I don't mean a drank, I mean a drink. This is actually tea. I'm gonna be talking a lot, and I know I'm gonna lose my voice. The first thing that I think is key in order to being a happy, positive person is knowing that you are completely in control of your own emotions. When you wake up every single morning, you can choose to be in a bad mood for the entire day, and you can also choose to be in a good mood for the entire day. I also think that we have a lot more power than we really give ourselves. You can really choose to be happy in just about any situation that life throws you. You can find the positive side, kind of how they say every glass is half full or half empty. You can choose to look at your glass as half full or half empty. And I actually have someone in my life, which I'm not going to name any names because that would be mean, but basically she's just a very negative person, and when she drives down the street, if there's traffic or somebody cuts in front of her, she will be screaming at that person. She fights with people in supermarkets. She just kind of finds the negative in everything instead of the positive, and that kind of makes the people around her, including me, not really want to be around her because then I feel like I'm in a bad mood myself. But I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. My first pointer is definitely find the positive in everything. And I want to give you guys an example when I can for these little pointers. So one example that I can think of recently of staying positive or finding the positive in a negative situation is actually we've been getting in a lot of car accidents this year. Me and Richie, our car has been getting really banged up this winter. There's a lot of snow, and it's very icy on the grounds, and it's been very slippery, and there has just been a lot of car accidents, and thank God neither of us have gotten hurt. But he called me up the other day when he was coming home from work, and he said, I just got in an accident, a truck hit me. And basically the whole front half of my car got dented in, and I could have been so mad because it's a pain in the ass when your car gets hit. I mean, you have to go through the insurance, you have to pay your deductible, you won't have your car for a little while. It's a big pain if your car gets hurt or whatever. But instead of being mad about that, the first thing that went through my head is, thank God this is Richie calling me and not a police officer that's saying your fiance is in the hospital and you need to go and see him. It could have just been so much worse. So instead of being all upset that now I have this whole headache of having to fix my car, the first thing that I think of in my mind is, okay, it could have been a lot worse. I'm gonna find the positive in this situation instead of looking at it in a negative way. So another pointer that is kind of along the same lines is find the good in things. So for example, say you missed your train. I am a big believer of fate and that everything happens for a reason. So if I miss a train, I'll tell myself, okay, yeah, it's a pain that I missed my train, but instead of letting that ruin my entire day, I'll think, maybe there's a reason why I missed my train. Maybe if I would have gotten on that train, something really bad would have happened to me. So then I'll just tell myself, okay, you know what? I'm actually happy that I missed that train. It's all the power of the way that you think about things, the way that you analyze things, and the way that you can put a positive spin on just about anything. My next pointer is count your blessings no matter how big or how small. And I'm telling you guys, every single little detail from the minute you wake up, tell yourself in your head, or if you're religious like I am, thank God for all of the little things. For example, waking up in a bed, having a shower in the morning, having a toothbrush and toothpaste, having contacts or glasses, having clothing, having breakfast, having a car to get into, having a jacket in the cold, having shoes on your feet, every single little detail of your life, because there are a lot of people in this world that do not have the luxury of those things. And when you have it in the back of your head that these are all the things that you should be thankful for, and you realize that somebody out there doesn't have those things, it's very hard to be in a bad mood. And I'm not gonna preach to you guys again, because I know not all of us are very religious, but when I pray, because I pray every single morning and every single night, and the number one thing that I actually pray about is for God to keep my eyes open to all of my blessings. I don't ever wanna lose sight of all the little things that I should be thankful for. I don't wanna ever take them for granted, because it makes me so happy that I have a bed to sleep in, that I have food in my stomach, that I have clothing to wear, that I have a car and I have money to put gas in my car, and I have a family that loves me, and all these amazing things, they just make me so happy when I realize them and I don't take them for granted. So actually the number one thing that I pray to God for the most is just to keep my eyes open and to never take those things for granted, because as long as I have those and as long as I don't take them for granted, I feel very happy and very blessed. I saw this story on the news not too long ago where this woman went in to give birth. She had a normal pregnancy. She was 9 months and was going in for a routine, you know, about to give birth. And she actually had a really bad infection during the C-section. And when they went to go sew her up, there was some type of complications. And she went in a healthy woman. She gave birth to her baby, but she left the hospital with absolutely no arms and no legs. There was some type of complications in her delivery, and the bacteria took over, and they had to chop off her arms and her legs. And this woman was being interviewed on the news, and she still had this beautiful, gorgeous smile and just a beautiful heart, and she said that she never felt bad for herself. And I just thought that that was so amazing. She was focusing on the blessing of having a healthy baby and that she was about to be a mother, and instead of dreading on, oh my gosh, I have no arms and no legs for the rest of my life, she saw the positive in her situation, that she delivered a healthy baby and that she was going to be a mother and that she still had her life. That honestly touched me so much, because I was like, okay, if this woman can be so happy and positive and not feel bad for herself, that's definitely something I can do. Another pointer is that you don't have to figure out the rest of your life today. I think a lot of times we will get overstressed and feel like if we take one day to rest that the whole world is going to end. And think about it, if you don't finish paying your bills tonight, or if you don't do the food shopping tonight, or if you don't file your taxes tonight, whatever you're stressed about, if you don't do it tonight, is the world going to end? And more often than not, the answer is going to be no, if not always. Don't overthink every little detail. And I wish this is something that I would have told myself back in the day. I had a lot of jobs that I would take and that I would quit because I just wasn't happy at them. And when I would come home that first day when I quit, I would be so stressed out and crying because I felt like I had to find out what my next move was gonna be. I had to know what was the next job to have lined up, and I just felt like I had to figure out the rest of my life that night. And sometimes it really re-energizes you if you just take a break from everything. The world is not going to end. Everything is still going to be there in the morning. Just let your brain have a mental relaxation night. Basically what I'm trying to say is don't miss out on today, planning tomorrow. You don't have to figure it all out today. It will be all right. Next is stay away from the negative, and this goes back to the person that I was talking about in the beginning of this video. Again, I'm not gonna name any names. Don't try to get me to name any names. But when you surround yourself with people that are grumpy, that are really negative, you will notice that you'll start feeling in a bad mood yourself. And when you're around somebody that's positive and happy and smiling and laughing about every little thing, just very thankful, you will find that that's very contagious. It's very hard to still be in a bad mood when this person is finding the positivity in life and just enjoying themselves. Surround yourself with happy people, whether it is friends or family, and maybe you feel like you don't have any positive people in your life, then you can always go to YouTube, and that can always be a last resort. There are so many happy, positive, inspirational people here on YouTube, and that's something that you can always turn to. Next is surround yourself with whatever makes you feel good. So whether it's candles or music. I know music is a very big one for me. I feel like if I'm in a bad mood and I put on like my Ariana Grande CD or whatever I'm loving at the moment, it will completely change my mood. I put my headphones on, I lay in my bed, and it transforms you. I feel like I go into a separate world when I'm listening to my music and I just zone out. Also, taking a warm bath or a warm shower. I love taking showers because I feel like it re-energizes me. I don't know if any of you guys feel the same way, but I just feel like I can wash away all the negativity in the shower. And I actually like to listen to podcasts while I'm in the shower, but I'm not gonna talk about that yet because that's a pointer that I have coming up. But when I take a shower, I just feel like I rinse away all the negativity. I'm being reborn. I know that I sound really weird right now, but I know some of you guys understand what I'm talking about. I feel like when I have fresh sheets and I do a manicure and pedicure or a deep hair mask or a face mask, when I take care of myself and surround myself with things that make me happy, I'm automatically in a better mood. I also feel that it's very important to take care of your body and to exercise, because exercise has been shown to release endorphins and put you in a happy mood. And if you're not an exerciser like me, because anytime that I have had a gym membership, I'm like donating to gyms for free, because that's like my good deed of the year, because I end up paying on a monthly basis and I never go. So I don't buy gym memberships anymore, but what I can do is take a run around the block or dance in my room or do something just to get my energy pumping and those endorphins going in my brain. And also eating healthy, because I don't know about you guys, but after I eat anything like McDonald's or Burger King, maybe it tastes good while you're eating it, but then after I feel just like in a slump. I feel lazy, I feel hungry again, and I just don't feel good. Versus when I have like a smoothie and a salad or grilled chicken or something really healthy like broccoli. I'm weird, I'm actually really obsessed with broccoli. I don't know why. I feel like broccoli is one of the most delicious things on this earth. But if you fill your body with good things, your body is going to feel more nourished and energized. And I feel like when I take care of myself on the inside, I feel so much better on the outside. I feel like it just reflects in everything that I do. And with that being said, it is very important not to neglect yourself. I know that some of you guys are gonna say it's so materialistic to say paint your nails and do a hair mask, do a face mask, take a warm bath, but when you take care of your body, you can't take care of anyone else unless you take care of yourself first. My next tip is not being afraid in confiding in someone when you are not at your happiness. It feels really good to be able to connect to someone and get your emotions out, and sometimes you don't even want to hear anything back. You just need to get it all out instead of holding it all in. I actually saw something on Instagram that said true friend versus not a true friend, and it shows a person texting saying, hey, how are you? And you're like, great, everything is good. And then the other side, for a true friend, you let it all out, kind of not having a facade or pretending that everything is okay when really it's not, because nobody in this world has a perfect life 24/7, and it's not fun pretending that you do. Sometimes your friends will be having very similar situations as you, and maybe you just don't want to open up about it, so you'll never know that that person feels the same exact way as you do, or they did back in the day, and they can help you get through it. Talk about it. For example, when I actually first moved out with Richie, I had a very hard time because I went from having a huge loud family at home to moving out just me and him. And when we had our dinner every single night, I just felt like I went from this loud, crazy house to just the two of us, and I had a very hard time with that transition. I didn't want to tell anybody because I felt like, well, they're gonna say that we're doomed, or that we're not meant to be, or that this should be the happiest time of your life. But you know what? I opened up to my friends and my family, my sisters, to Richie, and I learned that it's okay. It's not an easy transition for everyone, and that it was something that it took some getting used to for me, and now I am so happy. And if you told me I had to move back into that crazy house where I grew up in, I would be really upset about it. But my whole point is that it's okay to admit when you're upset or having a hard time with something, and it feels good to open up to people that love and care about you, because they can help you through it, and they might have been through it themselves, because now I have some friends that actually went through the same exact thing, and I'm able to talk them through it because I know exactly what it feels like. My second to last tip is oh, someone's calling me. One moment. Hello? Hey mom, I'm actually just in the middle of filming a video. Can I call you back in like 10 minutes? Okay, love you, bye. My second to last tip is self-help books and podcasts, and it might sound corny, but I'm just being honest with you guys. I love self-help books. I just bit my cheek saying that, guys. The Novocaine is still there. But anyway, self-help books, my favorite one is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. There's a whole series and I have read every single one. I just love the way that author writes. He makes it so easy, and to be honest with you guys, self-help books are the only books that I read. I am not a reader. I never have been, to be honest with you guys. But self-help books, they have such a huge impact on my life, and I really do feel like after reading those series, I apply them in my everyday life, and they changed my way of thinking. I'm going to put the links down below. I'm not sponsored. To be honest with you guys, I got that from the library. I didn't pay for it. Go check if your library has Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Again, all the information will be down below, but I think that it's such an amazing book. It changed my outlook on life, and it makes it very hard to be a negative person because it just opens up your eyes to all these amazing things. And also with that, I love podcasts. And there's only one podcast that I listen to, and that is Joel Osteen. He is a religious preacher, so I know that it's not for everyone, but if you do believe in God, I'm sure that you already know who Joel Osteen is because he is absolutely amazing. And again, he talks in a way where I can understand, because I know when I go to my church, a lot of the times it's very hard for me to understand everything that they're talking about. And with Joel Osteen's sermons, I just feel like I understand everything. He just makes it so relatable, and he's so inspirational and uplifting. And like I was saying before, I actually like to listen to him every Sunday while I'm taking a shower. His sermon is half an hour, and it's just the best experience ever. I'm taking a shower, I'm getting clean, fresh new start, listening to Joel Osteen. It's a great thing. Don't knock it until you try it. And last but not least is not comparing yourself to anyone else's life, because I know a lot of us will put things out there on YouTube, on Facebook, and Instagram, and it may seem like, oh my gosh, that girl has the absolute perfect life. But to be honest with you guys, we put out there a little snippet of what our life really is like. We choose what we put out there. We're not gonna put any negativity or any hardships that we're going through. So you might compare yourself to someone thinking, oh my gosh, this girl has such a perfect life. Why can't I be exactly like her, when you're not really seeing what her real life is like? Don't compare yourself to anyone else. I feel like that is just setting yourself up to fail. What I'm trying to say is that nobody has a perfect life. Absolutely nobody. But with that being said, there's always somebody out there that has it harder than you do. I know that for us living in America, the poverty outside of America is absolutely insane. I actually heard a statistic that went something like only 20% of the people in this world have a cell phone or are connected to technology and have a computer and all of that. And you might think that everybody has these things, but when you leave the United States and go into these third world countries, life is a lot different for us. And sometimes we just get caught up in our own lives, and we don't really realize all the blessings that we have and how many people don't have that and would appreciate it so much. I know that when I went to college, I tried my hardest and I graduated, and I really gave it my all, because I know that so many people would kill to be in that situation and to be able to go to school, or to be able to have a family, or to have a bed, or to have a home, or to have a job, or all these things. So anyway guys, I am talking way too much because this is something that I am extremely passionate about, but just know that you are so much in control of your emotions. Being happy is something that you can choose to be every single day, no matter what situation you're in, no matter what life throws at you. You can choose to be happy and to put a positive spin on absolutely anything. I'm gonna let you guys go now because my Novocaine is starting to wear off and I am getting sore, and I talked for 35 minutes in this video, so now I have to go narrow this video down and try and get it a little bit shorter so I don't put you guys to sleep. But I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. If there's any more requests that you guys have, whether it's a relationship video or an advice video or more Q&A videos, let me know and I will absolutely do that for you guys. So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram, and I will see you guys all again very soon. Mwah. Bye.